in particular, has misspent some of these years. For instance, Bill came to Exeter from the booming metropolis of Newburgh, New York. Not exactly a center of East Coast sophistication. Another Newburgh boy and member of the class of 1954 was the infamous Sam Schoonmaker.
Yeah.
Newburgh roots were all the two had in common. Sam couldn't wait to flee Newburgh for spring vacations in Florida to take tennis lessons, whereas Bill, a real loyalist, chose to write his History 4 paper on Newburgh, the city that saved itself. What Bill's epic tome failed to say was that Newburgh saved itself by exporting him and Sam Schoonmaker to faraway Exeter, New Hampshire. Sam had a rather rotund body that only a mother could love. Bill, on the other hand, was not exactly a candidate for Weight Watchers. To tell the truth, Sam was fat, but he was a great tennis player who won a varsity E his prep year. Bill, after 3 years at the academy, peaked as an athlete at all-club soccer. Night House, where Bill lived senior year, was a special place. We all had nicknames for each other. Bill's had to do with an alleged want of physical prowess. He earned another title of Amesbury Bill when he and upper middler Peter Bird Dog Canning discovered the joys of that nearby Massachusetts town. I don't know what this means. I'm sure there's a story there. Maybe you don't want to say it in front of your kids and grandchildren, but later. After Exeter, Bill pursued a combined study of engineering at Cornell and Carnegie Mellon. Diploma in hand, he migrated to Cleveland, Ohio, where in the course of working on mergers and acquisitions with an engineering company, he eventually started his own firm, Evarts Capital, which he still owns and operates. Sam Schoonmaker, after an involuntary exit from PEA, went on to Yale and a distinguished law career. However, Bill, like many businessmen, regarded lawyers as an occasional necessary evil. While in Cleveland, Bill met and married Marilyn Sale. It was Marilyn and her veterinarian brothers, Bill and Bob, who finally taught Bill, our Bill, how to recognize a horse's rear end from its front. His engineer's slide rule was no help in that regard. It was also the Sales who introduced Bill to real college football, as demonstrated at Ohio State, as opposed to what took place on Saturday afternoons at Cornell. Bill and Marilyn's 3 children, Dan, Paisley, and Michael, all proved more adept at athletics than their sports-loving father. And the Evarts family love of sports has been inherited by the next generation. Individually, they excel in skiing and rugby, among other activities. I just learned this today. They got these nationally ranked skiers and rugby players in their family. Congratulations to you and to the parents. Though Bill is pretty quiet on the subject, he is descended from very prominent forebears. They include Roger Sherman, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, Jeremiah F. Evarts, Yale class of 1802, who as Boston clergyman was a leading opponent of Andrew Jackson's Indian removal policies, and William Maxwell Evarts, a prominent New York lawyer who not only placed Abraham Lincoln's name into nomination at the Republican Party convention that made Lincoln's presidency possible, but went on to become the U.S. Attorney General, Secretary of State, and Senator from New York. But Bill has kept a low political profile, possibly to obscure the fact that he is the founder and sole member of the highly secret Sarah Palin for President. When not advising clients on the buying and selling of businesses, Bill joined with Exeter classmates Peter Barlow and that guy who sent me here to buy a 70-acre parcel near Fredonia, New York, which they, their wives, and their total of 10 children called the farm. Although the kids learned to fish and to ski, the adults' idea of farming was to sit on the porch of their 4-bedroom house and watch the grass grow. There was a little beer and a little bourbon, I would add. And also, this is not in the speech, but I want to say it now because I've never said this before. This house had 2 bedrooms. No, well, it's 4 bedrooms, however many it had. But there were 2 bedrooms where the kids all stayed. There were 3 bunk beds in one for the guys and 3 bunk beds in one for the girls. And one evening, that guy right there was sleepwalking. But he was a responsible sleepwalker. He was heading to the bathroom. But he didn't make it to the bathroom.
Oh no.
He made it to the bed on the lower part of a bunk where I was sleeping. And I woke up, and there he was. I want to thank you, Dan. I will remember this to the day I die. It's never going to happen again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a little too late.
I wasn't drinking yet.
What's the excuse? The Evarts kids have taken off to different spots of their own. Dan, Exeter 84, is living with his family in Abu Dhabi, and Paisley and her family are in Vail. Sadly, there has been some tragedy for the family, as Major Michael Sale Evarts was a casualty in the Iraq War. But his memory lives on with all of us who knew him, and also in a student prize that bears his name at his alma mater, University School in Hunting Valley, Ohio. The guy says, "You've done well for a boy from Newburgh." Happy birthday, Bill.